Good afternoon from Solihull near Birmingham in England, here with Kevin Shapland. Kevin, the MD of CJS Events, who are with the National Police Chiefs Council putting on the National Intelligence Conference. And so a really good second day. I wasn't unfortunately able to get to the first day, but really good second day, great speakers, good exhibitors as well.
Yeah, very much so.
Tell us a little bit about CJS Events, your background in policing, and then we'll move on to the exhibit.
Yeah, CJS Events, we've now been operating since 2004. My background was as a former detective in the Met Police, and now deliver a large number of the NPCC portfolio conferences. We're trying to put a really big emphasis on trying to get sort of that cross-fertilisation between the different portfolios and sharing really some of the really great work that's going on out there within police forces.
There's a whole series over the year. There's approximately a dozen, I think.
There are, yes, and they're face-to-face ones. But in addition now, what has come out from the pandemic, if you like, that there is the ability using hybrid or even virtual to get some of these really good message out to a far wider audience.
Let's hope nobody was hurt in that loud noise off.
It's fine, it's another health and safety issue that we'll deal with.
We're going to move through the conference. I'm just going to remark here on the first thing you come to when coming into the conference is the CJS team. Thank you so much for the, as always, very warm welcome earlier on, Charlotte and Delhi. And catch up with you a little later. Kevin now is going to take me round the exhibition. So let's press through here. Thank you very much indeed. After you.
So Bernard, this is the UK Police Memorial stand, which I'm sure you'll be well aware of.
Very much so.
But obviously they can tell you a bit more.
Michael Foster QPM, pleased to meet you. It was a wonderful event when the Police Arboretum Memorial was inaugurated. Now I think about a year ago.
In fact, the anniversary is the 28th of July, and we're actually doing another event at the memorial to celebrate the first year.
It was the most striking day, very moving day. I was privileged to be there that day. Although the rain, it was torrential at one point, wasn't it?
It was torrential, but at the same time, the really good part was when Catherine Jenkins started singing, the sun came out, and you got that wonderful reflection through the leaves, through the gilt edge, coming straight down, and that's part and parcel of what the memorial is about. It's about opening that door, and where the police go, they walk through that door that others don't. So it's a great memory.
The most remarkable piece of sculpture, and if you've not had an opportunity to see it yet, certainly something I would thoroughly recommend. Michael?
No problem. I would say to everybody, go to the National Memorial Arboretum anyway, because there are lots of wonderful memorials.
So much to see, to experience, to reflect upon.
Absolutely.
So, an amazing place to visit.
Absolutely.
Michael, pleasure to meet you again.
Nice to speak to you. Thank you.
Thanks. So we'll move on to another one of our regular exhibitors who must feel that they get something out of these events from Chorus.
Hi.
Scott, good to see you again. We bumped into each other just a little earlier on, so tell us a little bit about Chorus.
Chorus, we're a UK-based analytics company. We've been working with law enforcement for 11 years now, mainly famous for solving those horrible call data record problems, and now we've just developed the company into having an end-to-end digital intelligence and evidence platform, giving users the tools to combat data challenges for every aspect of their investigation. We want everyone to log onto the Chorus platform and have everything in one place to be able to drive their investigation forward.
It's a fascinating background, Chorus. Started pretty much from his kitchen table by Boyd Mulvey, and now global, well, at least sort of UK, strong presence, growing presence in North America, and so and some fascinating case studies as well, some real success stories that have come about as a result of using Chorus technology.
Yeah, it is a great story. And for us, some of us, I've been in since the early days of Chorus when there was only 10 people at the company, and we're now, I think, at around 60 people. It's been a great journey, and yeah, those kind of case studies for some of us who used to work in law enforcement, that gives us a real good sense of achievement and pride in terms of the software we develop actually has a real good impact on those investigations, and we're hopefully doing a similar thing in North America now. We've got a lot of interest in terms of the clients over there, because basically they have the same problems as what UK policing do, and hopefully we can have the same impact.
And similar problems worldwide, so an opportunity to move beyond that and still further.
We've got big aspirations, so yeah, North America's a big place, but it won't be the only place that will stop, so fingers crossed we can keep growing.
Best of luck, Scott. Lovely to see you.
And to you, thank you.
Kevin, we're going to move
Okay,
on now.
We're going to move on to Voyager Labs now, and I think we're coming across an old friend of yours.
Oh, it's Christopher again. Lovely to see you.
And you too, mate.
Do you know, I feel I ought to have a season ticket to Voyager Labs here.
It's because we're all so nice, that's what it is. It's because we're all so nice, mate.
Well, I'm looking for the ice cream. We did discuss that earlier on. There's none on offer, but
It's
another
still on
time.
offer. I still owe you one.
Well, we'll find some. Tell us something about Voyager Labs.
So we're a global organisation that supports analysts around smart AI analytics. We're here to help make that job just that bit easier for our analysts, but also uncover things that would take them months or years to find in a really small amount of time. So sticking to our mission of trying to save the world, really, which we are doing.
It's not a bad ambition to have.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Lovely to speak, Christopher. Catch
you
up
too.
again
Thanks
soon,
a lot.
I hope. This
Cheers.
next time with an ice cream.
Absolutely.
The next one, Bernard, is long arm, but I think they're in the middle of a demonstration.
They are in the middle of a demo.
I can introduce you. Matt, and they
Pleased
can
to
tell
meet you both.
How are you doing?
Very good to see you. Very good to see
How's the
you.
walking and
It's going very well. I'm limiting myself now to a walk around this exhibition area today. So, Matt, long arm.
yes,
Apologies for the interruption, folks. Do carry on. Tell us something about long arm.
so this attributable internet currently used throughout 57 UK law enforcement and intelligence organisations, 13,000 users, enabling them basically to access securely the internet without leaving any digital footprint. And then on top of long arm comes a whole range of tools that allow them to carry out investigative and intelligence capabilities like evidence capture, mobile emulation, to use a mobile phone on the platform, all the apps that you then want, geolocation, creation of their own profiles online, and then with that is a whole range of other capabilities that wrap in. So we've got the Collaboraite tools, which are all our data and AI capabilities that then allow people to download data in large volumes, analyse it quickly, as well as Vestigo, which is the wonderful Steve here.
Steve,
which is our
nice to meet
training
you.
team.
How do you do?
I'll hand over to you, Steve.
Yeah, so Vestigo is it's part of the whole Internet Investigation Solutions company, and it's focused purely on training consultancy. So training on all of the long arm Collaborate tools that we have, but also the wider digital tradecraft as well. Triple I, open source, cloud data investigation, Mossavo digital investigation, dark web investigation, and we provide training in all of those sort of areas of digital tradecraft, supporting and using the tools that we produce.
So I was talking to Kevin earlier on about this being the National Intelligence Conference, so you know the audience that you're getting here. So presumably those coming along to a National Intelligence Conference are absolutely the sweet spot for you. They're absolutely the people that would be using your various products and services that are on offer.
Yeah, 100%. As well as there's the Triple I conference as well, where we get really good value of coming to. For us, with the
So
coverage.
Triple I, I'm struggling now to remember the acronym.
Internet Intelligence and Investigation.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
Yeah, which is also organised by the wonderful Kevin. But yeah, it's but both of those conferences really are our primary conferences. For this one is more about intelligence leadership, whereas that one is really about the tradecraft of everything we do at a very granular level. Both really valuable to us.
You can pay them a little later, Kevin, just for the endorsements.
I'm not even sure they pay their invoice yet.
Oh,
So
There we go.
Let's carry on round. Good to see you, gentlemen.
Take care.
So moving on here to K7. It looks like
K7.
they're busy at the moment.
They are, so we can come back to them.
Yep.
So we move on to CGI, who are working in conjunction with the police around the Police National Database, and have very kindly come on board as a principal supporter of this event. So if I can introduce you.
I can see at least one speaker a little earlier on. So A great presentation. I am going to bring you into camera here, Denise, and I think I'm right in saying an award winner as well. So congratulations on that. Forgive me just for bouncing this on you, but tell me a little bit about the award that you got and the presentation that you gave this morning, which I have to say I was enormously engaging, very powerful. Thank you for that.
The award is part of a team thing, really. We all like to. I'm really passionate about PND. Absolutely love the system. Fantastic.
Police National Database for those outside the UK less familiar with it.
Yeah. The presentation this morning, basically we were showcasing some fantastic good news stories across the country, not just within our own force. There's the new system facial recognition, which is absolutely fabulous. We have a new algorithm updated on in October last year, and like one of our guest speakers said, his hit rate has gone up by 35%.
So some great examples there of where the quality of the image that is available may not be fantastic.
Absolutely.
But still the system does a really good job of suggesting nominals that this might be, suggesting individuals this might
Absolutely.
be.
Prior to the new algorithm going on in November last year, it always used to have to be face on, two eyes, two ears, a nose and a mouth, which I always get the wrong way around. But now you can actually do a side on, you can do a head down. We've had some really good hits where people have had a hoodie and obviously the face masks in the last couple of years, so we're now getting hits with people wearing masks because it's all to do with biometrics. I know nothing about biometrics. Please don't let your next question be about biometrics. But yeah, absolutely fantastic.
And a case study this morning, just one example of a horrific rape and attack.
Oh, the one in Northumbria.
Indeed so,
yeah.
Where the other lines of inquiry weren't yielding any results, and then use of PND, very positive. And one of the messages that came across, Denise, from this morning was not every officer, not every force is using PND to anything like its capability.
Yeah, I think it's fear of the unknown, or because it's got 5.3 billion records on it.
5.3 billion.
Absolutely massive. Because it's got so much data on it, people are frightened because they think they're going to get far too much back. Once you're trained, once you know and understand the system, I was going to say it's a doddle. I don't know whether that's a phrase.
Well, you can say it's a doddle, absolutely. Thank you, Denise. Lovely to meet you.
I understand.
So the technology that runs PND is very much provided by CGI. So I don't know whether there is anybody from the CGI team that
CGI that would like to speak to Bernard.
You're all doing a quick runner here. Sir, are you from CGI?
I am, sir.
So
yes.
tell me your name, please.
So my name is Tom Kroll. I actually flew in from the United States. I work for CGI Federal. So we are a subsidiary of CGI, but we work very closely with our UK partners over here on law enforcement.
So let's just get the CGI logo in the background here. So let's just park you in front of this. So Tom, you're over from the States. So CGI though is not a global company, as I understand it. It operates just in certain jurisdictions. Am I right in that, or is that mistaken?
We operate in certain countries, but we're in over 40 countries,
Yep.
and with over 400 locations around the globe. And I work for CGI Federal, which is again in the United States,
Yes.
and we mostly do work for the U.S. government. And I came over here because I'm a former law enforcement also. I'm a former FBI agent, and went to work for CGI to help develop our law enforcement capabilities in the United States. And I'm over here supporting my colleagues.
Well, it's a real pleasure to have you here over in the UK and here in Solihull near Birmingham. Pleasure to meet you, Tom. Thank you so much for your
pleasure.
time.
Yep.
Thank you.
I think if we can go up to the other end, actually, Bernard, first, and then we'll come back.
So plenty of exhibitors here, quite some discussion going on, and lunchtime. So there's quite a lunch spread available. So
I'm going to introduce you to JTOL. Hi, Bernard.
So pleased to meet you, Dwayne. Bernard Ricks.
Bernard.
Let's take you onto the stand here and tell me something about JTOL for PolicingTV.
JTOL we're a reseller of value-added kind of B2B training and competitive tools in the marketplace for phone and other data analytics is the crux of it. So we are fairly new to the market in regards to this area of work, but we've been around for a while, and we have substantial footings in certain organisations in the UK. So yeah, we're kind of doing okay. So
an absolutely key area that for many, if not all of us, our phone is wedded to us. You know, if we can't find it, it's an absolute nightmare. The moment of relief when you find it, and that then means that there's a great deal of great forensic intelligence, excuse me, available through the phone, which I imagine that JTOL can help forces and other law enforcement agencies access.
Yeah, I think where we differ slightly is in the way we visualise the data, which is kind of critical. Everybody's kind of used to looking at events or dots on a map, literally in what we call 2D, so, you know, kind of looking top down. What JTOL has an offering of is visualising data in 3D. So what that enables is when you're trying to present, especially in court, you know, it's very hard to present complex data to the jury. You know, they're just ordinary individuals like ourselves, but they have no understanding of what you're trying to present. And the way that we present the data in a 3D way, what we call 3D, we've been told that it really helps the jury understand. So rather than 50 flat maps of a particular bit of data set moving from one place to another, having that visual and a little video kind of showing the movement is absolutely key and critical to kind of get that conviction. People
understand things in different ways. For some it's the written word, for some it's visual, for some it's the spoken word, so the oral side of things. And so the presenting in 3D, as you've just described, must be very useful, a useful way of analysts and courts understanding what's available to you.
Yeah, I mean the feedback we get on that is it's been really good, and it's kind of stepping up now in the UK. So yeah, we're kind of happy with that. It's a different way of showing data, and it's working as well. So
excellent. Dwayne, pleasure meeting you.
Thanks,
all the best.
Cheers, thank you.
Now, Kevin, where are you taking me to?
We go to the Intellectual Property Office because this is just another example about the wider law enforcement arena, not just policing as it seems.
So, Rhys, Andrea, pleased to meet you both. Bernard Ricks from PolicingTV. So, tell me a little more then, please, one or both of you, about the Intellectual Property Office. Bearing in mind that PolicingTV's audience isn't just the UK, but it's international as well. So, which of you am I focusing on, at least initially?
Well, I'll tell you about the IPO, and Andrea can tell you about our kind of criminal side of things.
Perfect.
So kind of really the IPO is about rights granted predominantly. It's about your trademarks, your patents, registered designs. We're also responsible for all intellectual property policy. We're also got an interest in the infringement of those rights as well, and that comes down to our intelligence hub. So I'm going to hand over to Andrea, and Andrea can tell you a bit about our
A seamless transition here over to Andrea.
So we've got an intelligence hub that's currently developing. We're working to be intelligence-led and focused on harm, and looking to be continuously improving to engage with partners going forwards.
Excellent. Pleasure to meet you both. Thank you so much for your time, and best of luck for the rest of the exhibition.
Thank you.
And then if we move on to Forensic Analytics, who's trying to play shy here.
Pleased to meet you. So your name is?
Yeah, I'm Justin.
Justin, pleased to meet you. Bernard Ricks from PolicingTV.
Hi.
So, what can you tell us about forensic analytics then? I know something myself already, but for our audience, both UK and international.
So, CSAS is probably the most well-known bit of software that we offer. That deals with indexing, so ANPR, CDR data. But what we're really pushing is CDAN Nexus, which is really, we think it's the next big thing at the moment. And that really is exploiting data that the police and forces have already. It's really driving that efficiency. So, quick data, bringing up, data really quickly, and kind of really saving on duplication. So, different forces departments, they might be, looking up the same piece of data, it'll flag that, and then they can talk and
So it's making sure that, amongst other things, that there are no data silos, separate data silos.
Exactly, it's really trying to bring those silos together and really kind of give access to quick information and just make things a bit more efficient.
So tell me just a little more about Forensic Analytics. Are you exclusively a UK firm, or are you international?
We do operate internationally as well, but predominantly UK, but we are branching out globally as well.
A good footprint already in the UK, looking to build on that.
Correct.
Justin, pleasure meeting you. All the best. So we're going to Amanda Blakeman, Deputy Chief Constable of Gwent. Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
So I did just forewarn you a little earlier that we might come to you.
I know, yeah. I think you haven't caught me pinching sweets out of the...
Well, I didn't see... No, I think you are perfectly entitled to have yourself a cup of tea. So no incriminating evidence here whatsoever. Shall we just move? If you could take your tea, do you want to grab a drop of milk in it as well? And then what we'll do is we'll just... So, Amanda, as you listen to me, as you put in your milk, you I think if it's not uniquely, it's pretty unusual. You head 3 National Police Chief portfolios, and now my recollection was one is the Police National Database, one is on disability, and I'm now struggling with the third. So help me out on the third of that.
Acquisitive crime.
Acquisitive crime.
Yeah.
So you spoke a little earlier on at this at the conference here, and you were talking about PND. You were saying how there is, and colleagues were saying there's great opportunity to use PND much more extensively than it currently is.
Yeah.
So tell those in the UK who are watching this PolicingTV piece why they should be using it more, and perhaps also say something to the international viewers as well as to how this can be so powerful.
Okay, so a Police National Database is an expansive collection of data across all 43 forces and a number of agencies that brings together over 5 billion searchable records that you can use now to solve crime, to protect those that are vulnerable and to prevent crime from happening. And it's as simple as that. It's not complicated. Each force has got a number of licenses. I would ask those that are watching today to go back to their forces and to ask that question: are you using your licenses? And if not, review that and make sure that those licenses are being used effectively. And a bit of a call to arms, really. Look at your cases. Look at your those that are wanted. We've got facial images of from CCTV. Look at your missing cases and look at how PND can help you to actually close those cases today. So that's for the UK-based law enforcement. Internationally, this is a great model for being able to connect intelligence and to prevent those who seek to cover distant countries, across the world to commit criminality, and we can come together effectively if we're able to use that model to prevent that from happening.
You gave you reminded the audience, myself included, about the absolute tragedy from, I think, 2003, the Soham murders, which was it illustrated the problem of forces operating data silos.
Yes.
In other words, forces not knowing what intelligence they have on other nominals, other individuals. Just refresh our memory about that absolutely tragic case.
Yeah, so the deaths, the most horrific deaths of Jessica and Holly back in 2003, committed by Ian Huntley.
2 young children.
2 10-year-old children. Yeah, so when you look now, they would be 30 years of age. So Huntley was convicted in 2003. The murders happening prior to that. And sort of 30 years of age, those young women would be now. And that opportunity gone, their lifetime gone. Huntley was a person of interest, but the Police National Database wasn't in effect then. Of course, the inquest and review by Bishard, public inquiry by Bishard, really brought that to the fore. and Police National Database, gives us the opportunity to connect that intelligence and prevent things like, those tragic, horrific murders happening.
And this morning we heard something of some other examples, some other case studies of instances where that, I think you said 5 billion points of data,
yes,
and a remarkable number of individual mobile phone numbers.
Yes.
From memory, 30 million or something of that order.
Yes, 13 million, I think it is. Yeah.
It's just a remarkable database of information that is not being mined to its fullest extent just yet. So
no, absolutely. So we achieve around, just over 1 million searches a month at the moment, which is, a lot more than we were achieving. And we work really hard to make sure that every single force across the country is connected into PND, either doing daily uploads or twice daily uploads, so that information and intelligence is there. If ever we have a problem with the system and we can't provide that for a force, we make sure that when you access PND, that is absolutely clear, so you can go to the individual force, and make sure that you can gain that information and intelligence in the speediest possible way. But obviously, that amount of telephone numbers, if you link that to county lines,
the drugs. So this is the drugs trade again. For those not familiar with the expression,
absolutely, yeah.
It's where drugs dealers extend their tentacles out into more remote communities through use of mobile phones.
Absolutely, yes. So the business model for county lines is exactly off mobile telephone numbers, and us being able to reach into that data set and do those inquiries can really collapse the time frames, really protect individuals, and increasingly it's starting to reduce our demand as well, because we're cutting off that network really quickly.
Amanda, pleasure seeing you again. Thank you so much for your time. So
what we've done here is captured K7 with their lunch.
So absolutely, this is making my mouth water even further. So once you've had a chance, sir, to digest your meal, we've sprung ourselves rather on you. Perhaps you might just introduce yourself first.
Sure. So I'm Jack Ashton, and I'm
Jack.
Jack from Reveal Media.
Pleased to meet you. So. Reveal Media. So Reveal Media has as a brand Face Search. Is that correct? Tell us a little about Face Search for PolicingTV.
Sure. So originally Reveal supplied body-worn cameras and evidence management software to the police. We've got about 30 of the forces in the UK using our solution. But we have a new range of products using AI technology to really push the boundaries of what the technology can do. So Face Search is a retrospective facial recognition technology, allowing police forces to easily match unknowns against knowns. So that could be against their custody images, or they can search their whole suite of digital evidence, whether that's from body cameras, CCTV, or perhaps things that have been sent in from members of the public.
Excellent. So hence Face Search here, and the body cam over here, and of course the Reveal branding as well. So I interrupted your lunch. I'll leave you to finish off the little that is left there. Very good to meet you.
Thank you.
All best. And
Bernard, I think that's it.
That concludes it, does it? In which case, Kevin, it just remains for me to, whilst balancing the camera, shake your hand to thank you for your hospitality here at the National Police Chiefs National Intelligence Conference, and looking forward to our meeting up again at some point in the not too distant future.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bernard.
Many thanks once again.